As Voices for Oklahoma's Future, the mission of OICA is to create awareness, take action, and change policy on behalf of Oklahoma's children and youth. With 30 years of experience gathering stakeholders around the table to address an issue, our track record for success is strong. In our Stories Matter project, we gather experts and policymakers from across our state, all of whom collectively work to make Oklahoma a better place to live, work, and raise a family, to ask tough questions about the number of students in our state that are dropping out of school and not completing their high school education.
Well, high school graduation rates in the state of Oklahoma are a matter of economic development. I've been involved in trying to help recruit business in the state of Oklahoma, and what these businesses are looking for, they're looking for a healthy and educated workforce. And right now in the state of Oklahoma, we're lagging behind in both areas. So when corporations come to look to place a plant here, like Google did in Mays County, they want to make sure they've got a healthy, educated workforce.
According to the latest Kids Count data, Oklahoma students lag behind other students nationwide in high school diploma completion and are dropping out of school at alarming rates. We wanted to know from leaders across our state working on this issue, what does this mean for Oklahoma's future?
High school graduation rates is very important to the economy of Oklahoma. We right now are sitting pretty when it comes to our unemployment numbers, but many of those jobs we've grown in the last several years have been in areas of low skill in the service industries. We know that for the long-term economic growth of the state, we're going to need to grow in the areas of technology and energy. Those are jobs that require high school graduation rates that are higher than what we have in the state right now.
In order to address any problem through advocacy and policy change, there has to be an understanding of what truly is the driving force behind these statistics.
High school graduation rates and the cost for people to graduate or to drop out starts at home. And in Oklahoma, we have a high incidence of prescription drug abuse. We have a high divorce rate. We are an unhealthy society. We lead the nation in diabetes and obesity. So we have a lot of problems going on at home, you know, whether it's domestic abuse, where people are sick in the family, where kids may feel like they need to get out and work. So a lot of these problems start at home.
Well, if a child doesn't come to school ready to learn, he or she has a 1 in 8 chance of dropping out, of not succeeding or never catching up. And so if we can get them ready to learn, we won half the battle there in keeping our kids in school through graduation.
Statistics shows us that young people, the leading cause in young girls, especially dropping out from high school, is that they were pregnant or that they were about to give birth, that it's teen pregnancy. It's the leading reason.
What we know in Oklahoma and what we know nationally from surveys over the years is that less than half of the teen moms will actually finish high school, and that only about 2 or 3% will ever complete college.
These are topics that are about the family as a whole, and so high school graduation rates and things like substance abuse, the divorce rate in our state are very interlinked. And we know that when we address the needs of the family, we're going to increase the chances that those kids finish high school and have a future that allows them to be prosperous.
Better high school graduation rates can't happen without substantial education reform on a state and local level. Together, we have the power to solve this problem.
Well, first and foremost, we've got to properly fund public education in the state of Oklahoma, which is something we are not doing right now. Depending on which statistics you look at, we're between 43rd and 49th in the funding of public education. That's not good enough.
The business community needs to be more involved in high schools. We need to be more involved in the education sector so that kids and students see what opportunities are out there.
Bottom line, we need to get our parents more invested in their child's education.
As Voices for Oklahoma's Future, we're committed to doing whatever it takes to give every Oklahoma child the opportunity to succeed, and it starts with a strong foundation of education.
We as a society pretty much have to decide what outcome do we want, and if we're willing to sacrifice these kids' future, which means our future, then we don't have to put the resources against it. But if we want a different outcome, we got to apply different resources and try to move to another level.
If we don't get a handle as a state on the number of kids that we're losing, that check out of their own future, then I think we're going to be in a holding pattern when it comes to our economy.
I mean, I think it means if we can show that we are increasing our high school graduation rate, it shows a dedication to public education. It shows corporations that are willing to invest in public education and to take care of our youth and to foster and nurture our youth to get these degrees. I think that says a lot about a state that willing to make that kind of investment.